Hi, this is Miriam from Keto My Way. I want to start out first with a shout out to Keto Queenie, who has wonderful video diary on her channel, Keto Queenie. She was my first comment and very encouraging and said I should keep it up. So here I am on day two. What I'd like to talk about a little bit today is talking about a paradigm shift. I think that most of us have heard that expression, but I want to talk about what it has to do personally to me. I was talking with friends the other night and telling them that I still get the urge and I want to go off plan. And truth be told, I did. A couple of nights ago, I had some pretzels and some popcorn and whatever it was. Oh, and one Oreo cookie. And I was talking about it the next day, and my friend said, you really have to have an entire paradigm shift. And what that means to me is that if I look at keto as a diet, it might as well be Weight Watchers, it might as well be, I don't even know what, South Beach, whatever. It's like, oh, you can go off a little bit. Like I'll get knocked out of ketosis and so what? And I had a few extra carbs and in a few days I'll be fine and all of this sort of stuff. But the paradigm shift tells me this is not the story anymore. I have pre-diabetes. I like to call it early diabetes. My blood sugar range is in the hundreds. No matter what I have been doing, I don't seem to get it down. I'm now on metformin, and that's still, I may not be at the right dose, but that's another story. But the point is I'm very sensitive to carbohydrates, and that night with the bowl of pretzels and the Oreo cookie, I will be, for days, elevated. It's going to take me days to come down. And the reason for this is I have insulin resistance, I have metabolic syndrome. My insulin has come down since being on keto. It was out of range and it dropped 20 points into the normal range. I think the normal range is something to 20 and I was like 19, but I had been 40 and 50. So I'm happy with the drop in insulin, but the blood sugar numbers aren't coming down as well. I have very high inflammation markers. If 0 to 6 is acceptable, mine was like 13, 14, 15. I'm way out of range on inflammation. And these are things, and I have arthritis. I do have 2 knee replacements, but there's arthritis in other places. It's in my hands, and it's noticeable. So there's a lot of things that eating in a ketogenic style will bring me health, will bring me healing. I want to say something. I was listening to Queenie Keto's, one of her videos today, and she was talking about blurry vision. And yes, that happens with diabetics, but she was talking about it independently. When she eats a lot of carbs, she has blurry vision. And I have noticed that in myself. I noticed it after I did a sugar binge several Easters ago. And that's what got me started even looking at paleo and gluten-free and getting sugar out of my life and all that sort of stuff. So we're talking about healing, and that has to be my paradigm shift. So that when I want those pretzels, or I'm looking at cookies, or I'm looking at crackers, it's not like, oh, a little bit won't hurt. It's just a diet, that sort of thing. I have to say, no, I'm not going to eat this because I care too much about myself. And that's the other thing I wanted to mention is if you go to my website, ketomyway.com, you'll see a little bit of history. And I've listed dozens of diets that I could remember. And I finally realized that I wasn't the lazy one and the stupid one and the idiot one that couldn't follow a diet. It was the diet itself that made me eat. When I listened to Gary Taub's book the first time, Why We Get Fat and What to Do About It, I almost cried. I really did. And that was my introduction to keto. And he was saying that it's the diets themselves that send you to psychiatrists. It's not that you have to go to a psychiatrist to figure out why you can't stay on a diet. it's really it's the food. It's the food itself that drives you to do things. I'm not saying there's not an emotional component. I'm very anxious right now, but in a happy way. My daughter's due date was yesterday, and I'm all excited about that. And I've always considered carbs to be my tranquilizer. And I chose pretzels the other night. So there are still emotional elements. I didn't say, oh, I'm a little nervous, let me cook bacon. It's like, I want to eat pretzels. So I know I still have to work on that, but the general paradigm shift is I want to eat for health, and I want to be well, and I want to be a good grandma, and I just want to do all of these things, and it has nothing to do with the scale and the shape shifting and the going down sizes, which is wonderful too, but it's more to it. Anyway, thank you very much. I will let you know how my paradigm shift is going, and another shout out to Keto Queenie. I loved watching her, and I think she's the best. Bye-bye.